Hey, how y'all doing? It's your girl T-A-Y Marie coming to y'all again with the T. Anywho, if you already done read the title of the video, then you know what this topic is going to be about. So I'm just going to jump right on into it. Ladies, we really need to get it together. Seriously. Because the way that you have these babies out here dressing is ridiculous. Seriously. Scrolling down my newsfeed 24/7 all day on Facebook and Instagram and such, you always see these little babies and they got on this super grown attire. Okay, and majority of them be little girls, but sometimes you see some stuff. It don't even be too grown what the little boys have on, but we'll get to the little boys. We're gonna just speak on the little girls right now. Growing up as a child, I would say from ages 1 through maybe 12 to 12, about, how old was I in 5th grade? 11, okay. So about to 11th grade when not 11th grade, so I was 11 years old when I first got something just happened to my computer, so that's why I just paused, so I'm sorry about that. But up until 11 years old when I first got my first perm, my mother, she did my hair in little girl hairstyles, beads, berets, puff balls, ponytails, twisties, little girl hairstyles. But I always felt like it was something wrong with my hairstyles that my mother was putting in my head, which was age appropriate. Because there was always some little girl in my classroom, many of them actually, not just one, but many of them, who got these grown ass women hairstyles in their head. Got all this weave, got all these perms, and you know what I'm saying? Their hair don't look like little girl hairs. What I'm trying to say is, if you will wear it on your head, then 9 times out of 10 it's too grown for a child to have on theirs. Do you understand? But back to my story. Yes, so I would feel out of place, and I would feel like, why do my mama keep putting this ugly old shit in my head? I don't want to wear this stuff to school because it's not what everybody else had in their hair. Everybody else had perms and, micros and all types of braids and different colored weave and stuff. My mother, I was about 13, 14 when I first started getting colored weave put in my head. Okay, and I didn't start, and when I did, and some of the girls even have dye in their hair in elementary, especially nowadays. But I couldn't even get my hair dyed. My mom wanted me to be 16 when I got my hair dyed. I snuck and dyed it like a shade lighter than my hair color. Well, really it's not a shade lighter because mine looks black right now to me. And it was like a sandy brown that I had dyed it to. I'm thinking that, if I keep it, but no, my mama still was like, what? Come here. You know that come here. When your ass tighten up, oh shit, she caught me. But yes, I couldn't even get my hair dyed until I was supposed to be 16. But I snuck when I was in 7th grade, so I was 14 when I snuck and got it done. But anywho, so you know what I'm saying? I was feeling like my mom was being too much, being too on me and stuff, and was not letting me grow up, when in reality she was keeping me my age, making sure that I was still a child, still looked at and, to other people as a child, as presenting myself as a child is what my mother was doing. But I couldn't understand that because everybody else's mother was letting them be grown. Okay? So anyways, back to the real topic, the way we got going on. Blah, blah. Get it together, Tay. But back to the real topic, okay? These children, not Tay. Tay's grown now, but these children today. It doesn't stop with the hairstyles, okay? Even though they had grown hairstyles growing up with me, well, it started with my generation, shall I say. But when we was in elementary, kids still had kids' clothes on. Brass clothing, hearts and animals and that little kitty shit that you're supposed to have on. Nowadays, people dressing their babies in short skirts and booty shorts and leggings and all this grown women clothing. Well, it's not grown women, because grown women, we know how to dress, you know what I'm saying, like a grown woman. These is teenage, way up there teenage, you know what I'm saying, in years clothes. Let me put my damn cigarette out, y'all. Anywho, so that's what I want to say. And then that starts putting images in the other little kids' minds, who mother is actually being a mother and making sure that they, you know what I'm saying, is still acting and dressing and doing kid shit, and make it seem like they're being overprotective, overbearing, because you're not doing enough with your children. You're not instilling, you know what I'm saying, values within your children. So now this little girl, who mother put her in Bratz clothing or whatever little kid clothing it is now. And it's so bad that when you go into these departments in the kids' clothing aisles, do you see what these little girls would be in these little girls' clothing section? I'm like, what is this? Is she about to go to the club or Chuck E. Cheese? But anywho, okay, it's gotten so bad that that's what they're putting out there for the children. You can't hardly even find little girls' clothing, you know. But what I was trying to say, what my whole point on even bringing this up is that we really need to treat our kids like kids. Let kids stay in the kids' place. You know what I'm saying? Because you let them do all this now, 5 years, 10 years from now, you gonna be like, why is she so sexually active? Why do I got a little hoe? Why is she all on internet half naked? Why is my daughter pregnant at 14, 12 years old? You know what I'm saying? Now you have these questions, and it's because of how you raised them. You know what I'm saying? And even my little sister got pregnant at 16, had her baby at 17. And my mother did her job, okay? But as long as it's other people out here not doing their job, you always, when you're the child in the predicament, you always gonna have all these different peer pressures. And it's all well and good to say be above the influence, but when you're a kid, it's kind of hard to be above the influence when that's what seems like what's fun. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't really seem like an influence. It just seems like the thing to do, or such to say. But when other people are not out here doing their job, keeping their children in child's place, well, it gives more room for other children to adapt that behavior, regardless to what their parents doing at home. What, you know what I'm saying, how they're trying to instill these values and shit into these kids. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, fuck it, I shouldn't have did shit at all. Now we're going to move on to the section where we talk about how these little boys' upbringing is looking at this point. Okay, so everybody who's living in 2015 at the moment, we know that, especially if you're a conscious individual, if you're just a sheep or some shit, then you don't know this, okay? So I'm not speaking for you. But if you're a conscious individual, then you know that we are at war with the media and everything at this point. It's, you know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to instill all these different subliminal messages and all these little, you know, yeah, do this, and this is great, and you know what I'm saying? All these little sly shits they trying to sneak into our children. And let's pause. Okay. And since we talk about this anyways, let's start with this gender identity shit. You know what I'm saying? Because of these people, let's say this little 4-year-old, he said he feel like he a girl. I've never in my whole entire life never seen it. But apparently they're out here. Anywho, how these people, you know what I'm saying, how these people are dressing their children today. Like, okay, Sierra, a couple months back, I seen a picture that she posted of the little baby that she had by Future. And she had the little baby in some Uggs. When you first seen the picture, your first thought was, oh, look, that's a pretty little girl. But he a boy. You should not get confused on genders, okay? It should not be this confusing. He a little boy, but I said, oh, he a cute little girl. And I got some handsome young brothers. I do. And one in particularly, when he was little, always got misconstrued for a girl. But it wasn't because he was dressed in no girl shit. It was because he's just real cute. He like real cute. He got long, little good, long, nice, good hair. So he looked at like, like a girl. But it's another thing when you presenting this baby as a girl, and then when I was on the comments, looking at all the comments or whatever, everybody like, if somebody, because a lot of people were saying why the fuck he got on some Uggs? The picture cute, but he got on Uggs. And then when we said that, a lot of people was like, all black boys don't have to wear Jordans and all this or whatever. And that's right, I'm 100% with them. That's gonna bring me to my next point. But just because they don't need to wear Jordans, don't put them in no fucking Uggs. And then it was like, Uggs, it was not really just girl shoes. Uggs is boys and girls shoes. if you looked at for when they got created, I'm like, if you live in Alaska, well, I guess you will want some warm, fuzzy shit on your feet. But he don't live in no damn Alaska. This nigga live in a sunny ass okay, somewhere. So, you save that shit. I'm not going for it. But anyways, bring me to my next point. And not just with the Ugg boots, but with the deep V-neck shirts. If you a man and your fucking cleavage is out, that's an issue. That's an issue. I shouldn't see no cleavage. Why I want to look you in your cleavage? That's not sexy to females. Females don't find that sexy. Look at all that cleavage. Look at all that cleavage. That ain't sexy. But anywho, that brings me to my next point. If they're not trying to dress them like some little fag or something, then they trying to dress them like a little thug. Black people, stop dressing your babies up like they're some little dope boys or something. You know what I'm saying? What you put in is exactly what you're going to get out. If you sitting up here praising and happy that about thug shit and all this stuff, then that's probably what you're going to create. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is like taking pictures. This really goes for like young teenage parents and shit. Taking pictures of your baby with his diaper hanging out and stuff, talking about he's sagging or something. Put a belt on that baby if it's like that. He ain't sagging, damn it, his pants too big. But how you're glorifying it, make it seem like that's exactly what you want him to be out here doing. Showing his ass, acting like, you know what I'm saying, some fucking homosexual thug. Because that's what you are. If your ass is out, well, I'm not going to say that because a lot of people don't be gay. But you're perpetrating it. I'm going to say that for sure. And back to the Jordan situation. Okay, did you know Jordan said this? This is was said. You can Google this after this video. Michael Jordan said he didn't make Jordans for black people. He made Jordans for some rich suburban white boys. Okay? That's what he made Jordans for. And y'all go out here and stand in line, fight motherfuckers over these shoes. Every Saturday he dropped these shoes out. The same shoes he been dropping out since the 90s. Because motherfuckers not original no more. They just want to stick to the old. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that worked last time. Type shit. And comedians do it too. But we're not talking about that. That's a different topic. That's a different topic. But, right. Jordan even said he ain't making shoes for black boys or black girls. He made that shit for white suburban kids. And that's not just with them, but with all this Gucci and Louis and stuff that you poor ass, because y'all poor. Come on now, you're not rich enough to spend thousands of dollars on bullshit. You're not that rich. I don't give a fuck. You might be comfortable. You don't have to be poor, but you don't got no thousands of dollars to spend on clothing, one article of clothing. And what you're doing, you're creating materialistic individuals. So when you always broke and when you can't always afford what your child want because you didn't put him in his mind state to want name brand this. I don't give a fuck if them shoes ugly as fuck. They say Jordans. I want them. Shoes ugly as hell, but they say Jordan. Let me get those. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to raise your kids that way. And I'm not saying go buy them some buddies or something. I'm just saying be diverse with it. Yeah, you go buy them some Jordans this, you know what I'm saying, this time because you either did something real good, brought them A's and B's or something, straight A's or something, you know. So, okay, you want to splurge on them and this is what he wanted or whatever. But every time, you don't have to do that. Give yourself diversity. When I have children, sometimes, yeah, they'll get some J's because I can't talk shit about Jordans. I got Jordans in my closet. But that's not the only shoe I got in my closet, okay? I got some non-name brand shoes up in there too. If I like it, I buys it. And that's what I want my kids to do. Get what you like. Buy what you like. Do what you like to do. Be your own self. And that's how I need other people, other parents to raise their children. Stop raising sheep. You know what I'm saying? Stop raising sheep. But that's all I want to say on that thing. But and then another thing with these boys that's killing me, these skinny jeans, not just these skinny jeans, but like they doing too much with this skinny shit, okay? Why you want your what boy want to have on some skinny sweats for? Okay, it's tight on the ass cheeks and tight on the fucking ankles, but it's kind of loose on the legs. Y'all seen them sweats? Please tell me y'all seen them motherfucking sweats. That is the most gayest shit I've seen in my life, and it didn't have the nerves to have it be a suit. Why we gotta compete? Why in 2015 do women gotta compete so hard with men that ain't even supposedly gay? Because I'm thinking something. When you put some shit like some fashions like that on, I'm thinking something. But I'm not about to draw this long ass video out. I'm really not. So I'm done with this whole topic right now. My whole point at the end of the day, to just, rewrap this video. Let's dress our children like children. Let's keep our children kids as long as they can be kids. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by that is they don't need all this stuff just because technology is out here. They don't need all this stuff. It takes away from the imagination. Kids not playing, little girls not playing hand clap games, jump rope, skipping, and hide and seek and all that stuff no more. Little boys not out there wrestling. They're not out there doing activities. We raising fat, obese, lazy son of a bitches, and we happy with it. Take the technology and TV and media, all that shit away from your kids as much as possible, and let them get out there into that nature. Let them get out there and be kids. Do what we did when we was kids. Let them have a childhood, because it's only gonna be here for this long. But as always, it's been real. Thank y'all for coming to talk to me. And like, share, subscribe, comment, or whatever.